Hello students, today we are on a music journey of Tamil composer Ottakadu Venkat Subbara or Venkatakavi. According to the doyen of Carnatic music, Sri Semmangudi Srinivas Iyer, Venkatakavi, as he was popularly known, was a great Veggakarya of the order of the Trinity, who lived in the later part of the 17th century. He composed hundreds of compositions in Sanskrit, Tamil, and Marathi, of which over 500 are available. These were handed down from generation to generation by the descendant of the composer's brother's family. His compositions encompass a variety of forms, varnams, kritis, samudaya kritis, padam, javali, tillana, kalyanapatu, chindu, etc. He has handled a wide variety of ragas as well as ancient Tamil pans. Venkat Kavi has deep scholarship in Sanskrit and Tamil. His fluency in Sanskrit rivaled that of his command in Tamil. A contemporary not only on his erudition but also a pointer to a period when Sanskrit was used more conversationally than merely as an academic language. His vocabulary was immense. He also employed attractive swaraksharas, a technique where the lyrics match the soul-fa notes of the tune. He also incorporated raga mudra, mentioning the name of the ragas of the composition in several kritis. Venkat Kavi had a vast knowledge of music and musical nuances. He used a variety of ragas ranging from well-known such as Kalyani, Todi, Sahana, Karahapriya, as well as minor ones like Kannada Gaula, Jayantashri, Malavi, Umabharanam, and also a few that are seldom used today like Balahamsa and Rasamanjari. In some instances, his works are the first or only ones to be available in a given raga, such as Sri Shivanaike in Lalita Gandharvam and Padasevam in Deeparam. His approach was even common ragas like Sahana, Paras, Nandamakriya, and Arabi are distinctive and refreshing. His vision of the raga and melody as a whole is considerable and can be seen in a number of different styles in which he composed various kritis in the same raga. He was equally at ease with talas. Gati and Kalaibhed are found in several of his compositions. Venkat Kavi's great command over rhythm is seen in his attempt at talas such as Khanda Dhruvam, Sankirna Mathyam, and Mishra Atam, which are scarcely used. He made complex Oedipus seem like child's play, and they appeared in his kritis naturally without ever affecting the flow of music or the lyrics. His vocabulary and use of words and phrases are unique in Carnataki literature. Venkat Kavi's vivid imagination and picturization can be seen in Tai Yashode in Rag Todi, where the gopis are complaining to Yashoda about her son Lord Krishna. This song has 8 charanams and each one describes the pranks of Krishna very humorously. Not so well known is the reply by Krishna to every one of these charges in another piece, Illai Illai in Mohanam, also with 8 charanams. There are literally hundreds of similar examples of his opera based on the Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, Pranavopdesham, and similar epics and legends. No other composer in India has created as many musical operas as Venkat Kavi has. The most well known is Krishna Ganam, based on Bhagavatam, which narrates Krishna's birth and colorful childhood, beginning from Devaki Vasudeva's wedding, Kamsa's curse, and ending with Krishna's wedding with Rukmini. It is now well known that many popular songs of Krishna, like Tai Yashode, Alapayude Kanna, Pal Vediyum Mukham, Paravai Ondrum Podum, and Pullai Piravi Tara Vennam are part of this opera. Venkat Kavi also composed an entire group of pieces covering Krishna's wedding with Radha. His other opera include Ramayanam, Mahabharatam, Dakshayagam, Prahalad Charitar, Durva Charitam, Pranavopdesham, which is a single folk style piece with 83 stanzas narrating Lord Subramania's famous story of teaching his own father. Life sketch of Manik Chakravarchak, life of sketch of Kunnagi Nayanar, and life sketch of Tirumangai Alvar. Although several songs from Ramayana and Mahabharata are missing, the few that are found reveal his genius in the treatment of known episodes. The composer also penned abridged version of Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavatam. He also composed the Anjaneya Saptaratna Kritis praising Hanuman, and this entire set is in Sanskrit. Venkat Kavi also composed Navavarnams, that is, the 9 Varnams on goddesses Sri Vidya to be sung during Dashera. Apart from the main 9 songs for the 9 nights, he also composed Vinayaka Stuti, Dhyana Stuti, and a Falashruti. There are several similarities as well as differences between Navavarnams and that of Dikshityar, but both reveal the composer's scholarship in the various aspects of Devi worship. Although his Ishta Devata was Krishna, he composed on other deities too. His Krishna Ganam songs are perennial favorite of dancers and singers like Swagatam Krishna, Puluvidyam Alai Payude, Tai Yashode, Madhura Madhura Venu Geetam, Kalinga Nartana Tillana, among others. Venkat Kavi's works have been automatic choices for hundreds of dancers for the scope they offer for visual interpretation, dance-specific jatis, dramatic appeal, and creative content. Several leading dancers of Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, and other dance styles have choreographed several of his compositions, thus popularizing them a great deal. However, many of his kritis like Nalladella Enru, Sollade in Shankarabharanam, Bhuvanamoha Dhanyashri, Neelamalar Vasantam, Ettinai Kettulam Bhairavi, and operas like Pranavapdesham are yet to be explored in the field of dance. Venkat Kavi's works have been extensively used in Harikatha, that is, musical discourses, by leading exponents. The composer's unique works like Kalinga Nartana Natungam and Krishna Padi Kshetvam Varanam are popular among Harikatha experts. Several of Venkat Kavi compositions are a part of Bhagavata Bhajana Sampradaya repertoire as well. The brilliant shloka like Madhava Panchakam, Ranganatha Panchakam, Narsimha Panchakam, and Shivatandav Stotram are eminently suited for daily household worship as well as concert rendition. Gopal Krishna Bharati 1811 to 1896 is regarded as the father of the Tamil music renaissance and modern Tamil operas. His Nandanar Charitram is unique in its exalted concept and reflection of society in those days, of the sufferings of the downtrodden. He has to his credit more than 1,000 songs written in simple spoken Tamil. He was born in a Brahmin family in Nariman village near Nagipattinam in Tamil Nadu. His father's name was Ramasamy Bharati. Music was one of the ancestral properties that he inherited. Gopal Krishna Bharati considered Govinda Shivam as his philosopher guru under whom he learned Vedanta and Yoga Shastra. He trained in music under the veteran Ganam Krishna Iyer and learned Hindustani music from another exponent, Ramadas. Formal study of Hindu philosophy and religious lore and interactions with compositions and interactions with composers like Ananta Bharati Iyengar enriched his flair for composing and singing. Deeply spiritual, Gopal Krishna Bharati led life with yogic discipline. His compositions, only in Tamil, reflected this aspect in ample measure. Hailing from family of music exponents, Bharati showed inclination towards music even at a very young age. He had commendable ability to grasp and reproduce complex musical feats. In those days, thanks to the boom in Carnatic music, several musicians lived in the villages of Tamil Nadu. Listening to the music of these artists further enriched Gopal Krishna Bharati's musical powers. Inspired by meeting Tyagaraja, Gopal Krishna Bharati composed several gems such as Tiruvadi Charanam, Natanam Adinar, Veringumulo Yennumaram, Vayurvaro, among others which have delighted millions. He composed in several rare ragas like Natakapriya, Sarangi, Manji, etc. The popularity of his compositions is due as much to their lilting tunes as to their free, lucid, and charming styles. Bharati's Ishta Devata was Shiva, and his immortal compositions are dancer's delight. The highly emotional Tamil opera Nandanar Charitram of Gopal Krishna Bharati, when it was launched in the middle of the 19th century, tugged at the heartstring of the entire Tamil diaspora. Vahi Marathekul Malai Pole, Unna Mudu Pandumitra. Hiding my views like a colossal mountain is a bull supine, Shivaloka Kantha. Moved by the plea of his Harijan devotee Nandanar, Lord Shiva of Tirumpankur gently commands his bull and Nandi obeys his masters. As Nandanar rejoiced at his fortune, the Tamil country wept in joy. The appeal of Gopal Krishna Bharati's song cut across all boundaries of territory, jurisdiction, and even age. Nandanar Charitram proved very popular and he published it in his lifetime. Many adaptations appeared, including stage plays and 3 film versions. Later, Bharatnatyam dancers, including T. Bala Saraswati, took up select pieces for interpretations as Abhinay. Once Gopal Krishna Bharati visited the legendary Tyagaraja. They had a lengthy conversation. Gopal Krishna Bharati then listened to his disciple sing a kriti of Tyagaraja Manasu Nilapa in Ragam Abhogi. When he went to bathe in the river Kaveri, he composed the famous kriti Sabhapatiku Veera Daivam Samagamamu, on Lord Nataraja of Chidambaram on the spot in Tamil in the same ragam. When he came back to Tyagaraja's house, he was asked by Tyagaraja if he had composed any kriti in Abhogi. Gopal Krishna said he had after hearing Tyagaraja's kriti and sang it for him. Tyagaraja was delighted and showered praise on Gopal Krishna Bharati. The phrase Ariya Pulyar Muvur in the kritis evoke deep feelings in anyone who hears this kriti. It is widely known that Gopal Krishna Bharati, although born a Brahmin, felt deeply for the downtrodden, especially Harijans, as is obvious from his magnus opus Nandanar Charitra Kirtanai, a Tamil opera glorifying the low-caste farmhand Nandanar for his unflinching devotion to Lord Nataraja. The term Ariya Pulyar Mover refers to three untouchable, that is, Nandanar, Tillai Vettiyan, and Peran Sammavan, who lived in the area around Tillai, Chidambaram, and were supposed to have attained Godhead as a reward for their piety. The other two lived in the later times. Inspired by Tyagaraja's Pancharatna Kritis, Gopal Krishna Bharati composed a set of 5 kritis in Ghanaraga, Natai, Gauli, Arabhi, Varali, and Sri Raga. He composed several songs and other operas too. Many of them are popular on the music and dance platforms. The compositions show his mastery over literary and musical forms. He composed a wide variety of musical forms, darus, that is situational songs, Irisollakaram, dialogue, Sindhu Dandakam, and Kummi. He used Gopal Krishna and Balakrishna as his mudras in his song. He composed many famous works like Kata Kalpakshemam, Iyarpagai Nayanar Charitram, Tirunal Kendi Nayanar Charitram, and Karaikal Ammayar Charitram. Many of his students include the famous Vedayagam Pillai, who was the district munsif at Mayuram, were taught a number of his songs by Gopal Krishna himself. The very famous song used by dancers are Natanam Adinar Vasantam, Edum Chidambara Brahmo Bihag, Ayye Metakadinambam Ragamalikai, Ennumaram in Deva Gandhari, Kanaka Sabhai Suruti, Peetam Telia, Senjurti, Sabhapatiku Veera Daivam Abhogi, Shivaloka Natanai, Maya Malav Gola, Verugamalo Manji, Vari Maitriku in Natukuruvanchi, and Yeppo Varavaro Jaunpuri, among several others. Papanasham Shivam, 1890-1973, was a prominent post-Trinity composer of Carnatic music and a singer. Shivam was also known as Tamil Tyagaya. At the early age of 7, Shivam lost his father. The entire family migrated to Trivandrum, where Shivam joined the Sanskrit school. Even in his teens, he showed a great flair for music. His contact with Neelkantha Shivan and other greatly helped Shivan to develop his musical talent. The compositions of Swati Thirunal, reverberating from within the 4 walls of Sri Padmanabha Swami temple, greatly captivated the youngster. He was also fortunate to come in contact with S.G. Kittappa and the great Hari Krishnalur Muthaiya Bhagavatar, who were at that time residing in Trivandrum. Shivan was also a regular participant in the Bhajan Goshti organized by Neelkanthan Shivan to master the innumerable compositions. Later, Shivan blossomed into a consummate artist under the tutelage of the well-known musician Konneri Rajapuram Vaidyanath Iyer. His wandering would take him regularly to the temple of Papanasham, where he would smear holy ash all over his body. Hence, people began to refer him as Papanasham Shivam, the name by which he was also to become well known later. In spite of his deep knowledge of music, Papanasham Shivam was more interested in the devotional aspect of music. He preferred to sing devotional songs and encouraged other singers to take part in sessions of devotional music with him. Papanasham Shivam was a regular in all major temple festivals in South India with devotional songs. Shivan's compositions cover a wide gamut of songs ranging from Varanam, Kritis, operas to Padams and Javalis. He sang with fervor and devotion, infusing his compositions with great feeling, which is why they are so popular. His compositions have also been published in book form by his daughter, Dr. Rukmini Ramani. Several volumes of his compositions have been published so far. He composed for and performed in theatrical productions, both as singer and actor. He was also a teacher at Kalakshetra. He composed music for Kalakshetra productions too. He started composing for films but also did a stint as an actor, which he acted in 4 movies. A prolific composer, he has composed around 2,500 songs in a variety of ragas, talas and gatis. They are couched in simple language but are replete with raga and sahitya bhava. His mudra was Ramadasa, as his real name was Ramayya. Nan Urvilatu Bommayya in Navarasakanda, Kapali in Mohanam, Karpagam in Madhyamavati are some of his famous compositions. He received the Sangeet Kalanidhi as well as that the Sangeet Natak Academy Fellowship in 1972. He was also the recipient of the Padma Bhushan. Rukmini Devi once said that none else lived the soul of music as Shivan did through his songs. His songs were popularized by leading singers like Bharat Ratna Dr. M.S. Subbalakshmi, R.I. Kudi Ramanuja Iyengar, Maharajapuram Vishwanath Iyer, Chembai Vaidyanatham Bhagavatar, Musuri Subramanyam Iyer, Semmangudi Srinivas Iyer, and other giants of those times. The compositions were very popular with dancers are Natakuruvanji Varanam, Swami Mananadam Adimilai, Mahalakshmi Shankarabaranam, Devini Thunai Kuruvanji, Gajavadana Karuna Sadana in Sri Ranjani, Yennatevan Sheyam Kapi, Srinivasa Tiruvenkata, Hamsadvani, Mayil Vahanam Mohanam, Shivakaman Sundari in Mukhari, among others. Subramanyam Bharati, 1882-1921. Popularly known as Mahakavi Bharati, he is a pioneer of modern Tamil poetry and is considered one amongst the greatest Tamil literary figures of all times. An independent activist and eco-colonialist reformer, he was a writer, poet, and a journalist whose numerous works were fairy songs kindling patriotism and nationalism during the fight for independence. Subramanyam Bharati was born as Chinnaswamy Subramanya Iyer and Lakshmimal Subramanyam as Subbayya on 11th December 1882 in the village Etayapuram. From a very young age, he learned music, and at 11 he learned poetry. It was during this time that he was conferred the title of Bharati. the one blessed by Saraswati, the goddess of learning. He learned 32 languages, 29 Indian languages, and 3 foreign languages. During his stay in Banaras, Subramanyam Bharati was exposed to the spirituality and nationalism. This broadened his outlook and he learned Sanskrit, Hindi, and English. He was the court poet of Raja of Etayapuram for a couple of years. Years later, he attended the All India Congress session held in Banaras. On his journey back home, he met Sister Nivedita, Swami Vivekananda's spiritual heir. She inspired Subramanyam Bharati to recognize the privileges of women and the emancipation of women exercised Bharati's mind. He visualized the new woman as a manifestation of Shakti, a willing helpmate of man to build the new earth through cooperative endeavor. He considered Sister Nivedita as his mentor and penned a couple of lyrics in her praise. He attended the Indian National Congress session in Calcutta under Dadabhai Nauroji, which demanded Swaraj and boycott of British goods. By April 1907, he started editing the Tamil weekly, India and English newspaper Balabharatam. These newspapers were also means of expressing Subramanyam Bharati's creativity, which began to peak during this period. Subramanyam Bharati started to publish his poems regularly in these editions. From hymns to nationalistic writings, from contemplations on this relationship between God and man to songs on the Russian and French Revolution, Subramanyam Bharati's subjects were diverse. To escape arrest during the freedom struggle, he went to Pondicherry. During his exile, Subramanyam Bharati started learning Vedic literature. 3 of his greatest works, namely Koyil Pata, Panchali Shabdam, and Kannan Pat, are composed during 1912. He also translated Vedic hymns, Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, and Bhagavad Gita to Tamil. His poetry stands out for many facets of his love for his motherland. He passionately dreamed of the day his country would lead the world in culture, trade, literature, and every aspect of life, and wrote out those dreams. Subramanyam Bharati is considered the first to have advocated and campaigned for women's participation in politics. He advocated greater rights for women and their education. He visualized a modern Indian woman at the vanguard of society. He was of the strong opinion that the world will prosper in knowledge and intellect if both men and women are deemed equal. He condemned the Shastras that suppressed women's right. Most of his views are considered contemporary even in modern times. His imaginary and the vigor of his verse were the forerunner of modern Tamil poetry in different aspects. He was the forerunner of a forceful kind of poetry that combined classical and contemporary elements. He had a prodigious output, penning thousands of verses on diverse topics like Indian nationalism, love songs, children's songs, songs of nature, glory of Tamil language, and odes to prominent freedom fighters of India. Many of his compositions are used for dance. The most famous composition is the movement Chinchirayu Kiliye Kannamma by most dancers. Pengal Vidulai Kummi is performed as a group song to bring out the emancipation of women. Tiruda Vailattu Pillai is another perennial favorite about the gopis complaining to Yashoda about her mischievous son Krishna. Panchali Shabdam, Koyil Patu, Thaga Thaga, Shiva Shakti, Om Shakti, Kakai Chiringile, and other compositions are used by the dancers. I am sure, students, the resonance of Gopal Krishna Bharati's compositions and songs will continue with you for a long time to come. Thank you.